Welcome to the lesson, Phrases and Clauses. After completing this lesson, you will be able to define sentences, define phrases, define clauses, distinguish between phrases and clauses, identify phrases, identify clauses, identify main and subordinate clauses, transform phrases into clauses, transform clauses into phrases. Zwinky is bored studying all day and wants to play with her friends. Shireen calls her to Zwinky and asks her to come out for a walk. Zwinky tells her that she would love to join her, but she has to finish studying phrases and clauses for her school test. But Zwinky is upset because she's unable to understand the concepts and distinguish between them. Shireen asks Zwinky to relax and come to the park with her. Shireen also assures that she will help Zwinky with her studies. Let us see how Shireen teaches Zwinky about phrases and clauses. A sentence is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb and makes complete sense by itself without depending on any other word or group of words to do so. Let us consider an example. Shireen and I are going to the park. Here the subject is Shireen and I. Verb is going to and makes complete sense by itself. Now let us discuss phrases. A phrase is a group of words that does not contain a subject and a verb and does not make complete sense. Consider the following phrases: to the park, at the fair, a mischievous boy. Each of these groups of words make sense partly and do not seem complete. They are parts of a sentence and need a subject and a verb to make complete sense. Let us now form complete sentences using these phrases. Shireen and I are going to the park. Kevin won a prize at the fair. Sid is a mischievous boy. A clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb and is a part of a sentence. For example, when he danced brilliantly. This clause consists of a group of words and contains a subject and a verb. There are two main types of clauses: main clause and subordinate clause. A main clause contains a subject and a verb and expresses complete meaning. It is also known as independent clause. A subordinate clause is a part of a sentence which contains a subject and a verb but does not express complete thought. It depends on the rest of the sentence to make complete sense. So, it is also known as a dependent clause. Consider the following example. When he danced brilliantly, everyone congratulated him. Here, the clause when he danced brilliantly does not make complete sense. It is dependent on the main clause to complete its meaning. So, it is called the dependent or subordinate clause of the sentence. And the clause everyone congratulated him has subject everyone and verb congratulated. It makes complete sense. So, it is called the independent or principal clause of the sentence. Now that we are clear about what phrases and clauses are, let us see how we can identify them. A phrase does not have a finite verb, but may have an infinitive, participle, or gerund. It often does the work of an adjective. adverb or noun in a sentence. Consider the following examples. A swing of blue color. In this sentence, the phrase blue color works as an adjective. The next example is I love riding bicycles. In this sentence, the phrase riding bicycles works as a noun. The groups of words that can stand independently and have a subject and a predicate are called clauses. Consider the following sentence. We should play where the park is clean. This sentence is made up of two parts. 1. We should play, and 2. Where the park is clean. Even though both are part of the same sentence, each has a subject and predicate. Therefore, each part is a clause. Now, let us take a look at the differences between a phrase and a clause. A phrase has no finite verb and may have a subject, whereas a clause has a finite verb and consists of a main clause and a subordinate clause. A phrase usually has no definite meaning, while a clause makes sense, but sometimes partly. A phrase should be combined with a sentence for a definite meaning, and a clause is a part of a bigger sentence. Phrases and clauses are interchangeable. Phrases can be transformed into clauses, or clauses can be transformed into phrases. Let us consider some examples of transformation of phrases to clauses. After having dinner, he had a glass of milk. Here the phrase, after having dinner, can be changed to a clause, after he had dinner. The girls wearing red skirts are cheerleaders. Here the phrase, wearing red skirts, can be changed to a clause, who are wearing red skirts. Some clauses can be changed to phrases by removing the subject and the helping verb from the clause. Let us first consider some examples of transformation of clauses to phrases. The man who is wearing a black coat is my uncle. Here, who is wearing a black coat is the clause, where who is the subject and is the helping verb. When the subject and the helping verb are removed, the clause transforms into a phrase, that is, wearing a black coat. The plates that are kept on the shelf were gifted to me. Here, that are kept on the shelf is the clause, where that is the subject and are is the helping verb. When the subject and the helping verb are removed, the clause transforms into a phrase, that is, kept on the shelf. Let us take a look at some more examples of phrases and clauses. Zwinky is very happy that she has finally understood phrases and clauses. She thanks Shireen and is ready to play in the park. But Shireen asks her to recap the important points before she forgets them. Let us revise the important points of phrases and clauses. A sentence is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb, and makes complete sense by itself without depending on any other word or group of words to do so. A phrase is a group of words that does not contain a subject and a verb and does not make complete sense. A phrase does not have a finite verb, but may have an infinitive, participle or gerund, and often works in a sentence as an adjective, adverb or noun. A clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb and is part of a sentence. There are two kinds of clauses: principal or main clause and dependent or subordinate clause. Sometimes clauses can work as adjectives, adverbs or nouns. Phrases and clauses are interchangeable. Phrases can be transformed into clauses, or clauses can be transformed into phrases. Some clauses can be changed to phrases by removing the subject and the helping verb from the clause.